Hey dudes and chicks and neither of those don't apply to you. Welcome to Trick Palace. My name is Katie. Today, I am going to be popping this palette cherry. This is, I think it's a new release. I mean, it's obviously a new release from Spellcast Beauty. It's called What's Life Without a Little Gossip? Well, it's actually non-existent, but nobody knows about it. It's not on their Instagram page. Like, nobody knows anything. I don't mean to say they sent me a DM on like Thursday or something. They were like, hey, something's on the way. And I was like, sweet, nice, can't wait. And I was hoping that it was some of their new lip products, but it was this. And so I opened it up and I didn't have any idea because I literally, no one knows about it. It's like, and so you could see why I would be like running to film with it, but nobody knows about it. And so I went and scoured their Instagram and checked it out, nothing. So they'll probably do a little sneak peek or whatever on Monday. And this is what the color story looks like. And it's some of those like badass new shimmer formulas. And honestly, I'm glad. I'm just excited to see what they come up with for a matte formula. And I kind of talk about it in the video a little bit, but I'm just grateful that we haven't gotten a matte formula that I can't do business with. So I'm just anxiously awaiting that. And these shimmers are fucking good. And I talk a lot about this in the video, so I'm not really going to go into it. But the one thing that I am going to go into is what I was thinking about when I got this and nobody knows about it. And it's like not even been talked about. It's like, you know, you get stuff like that and you think, God, that makes me feel so special. And the truth is that Notoriously Morbid likes me. They like my content. They think I'm pretty all right. But really what's true is that they think that you guys are special. Because brands don't send their makeup to Instagrammers or like influencers. I'm not an influencer, but they don't send their products to people because they think that they're so fucking special. They send their products to those people because they think that their audience is so special. I know for a fact that my audience in particular, you know, you guys, we have a small, like, tight-knit fucking crew here, and like Notoriously Morbid thinks you guys are special. And so they send me shit like this. They didn't send me something that nobody's even heard about because they just fucking love me so much. They sent me that because they fucking love you so much. And so I was thinking about how fucking rad that is and how rad you guys are, and that I actually literally have the best subscribers. Like, my subscribers are the best fucking subscribers. They value you guys, and they don't send their makeup to a million fucking people. They don't. They send it to me because they want you guys to see this shit. When I thought about that, I was like tired. I fucking did a pretty high dollar day today. And I was like, oh, but then I was like, dude, fuck that. If you guys are curious to see how I got this look or curious to see like what's going on with these shimmers, I mean, you could see what's going on with these shimmers. They're fucking outrageous. They're so good. And honestly, they have kind of, with Spellcast Beauty, they've really stepped into a new arena, and I feel like they are creating a product that if you're a person who's like, yeah, I tried, because I've actually heard this a couple times recently. I've never heard it before, but maybe you guys are just getting to trust me more and like learning to open up to me more, that like people have, like, there are a couple people in my world here, in our little world, that, you know, have had issue with Notoriously Morbid formula or whatever. You're not going to have those fucking issues with that, because Notoriously Morbid shimmer formula is different. It's bringing something different. Even this like lippy, this is a Notoriously Morbid lippy. I actually was thinking about how, like, you can see it's like different. It's not like glossy and like crazy. It's a crazy color, but it's almost muted because of the finish that it has. And I feel like a lot of Notoriously Morbid shadows do have that. And so Spellcast Beauty is bringing something completely different. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look, or hearing my final thoughts on these colors, or if you just like to watch, then hang out. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this, honestly. I feel like none of us even knew this was going down. So the shit is going down. And so since the color story is like basically like purple to blue to green, I am gonna use the Ellis palette, and I'm gonna kind of attempt to use some different colors other than the ones, because if you guys don't remember, when I used this palette, I was actually a little bit disappointed by like at least one of the colors that I used. And so I'm gonna use my Wayne Goss number 19, and I'm gonna go into the color Nebula again, but I'm really just gonna use this as like the deepening shade. It was really that one purple, and as I kind of went on in discussion about this palette, like in the threads, like in my comments after the video, a lot of people said, like they came back and they said they used that color that day and they also had a problem with it. And so I'm kind of under the impression that it was really just that one like warm tone primary purple. So we're just gonna try it again, but this video is not about this. The reason why I'm using this palette is because it has the colors that I want, and normally Blend Bunny mattes are pretty good. Now, one of the things I was thinking about was how Spellcaster is really just like all the palettes that I've used by them are all shimmer palettes, and I'm glad that they're releasing all shimmer palettes instead of releasing a not great matte. And I wonder if they're like kind of just like going through the process of creating a great matte formula, or what the deal is. I don't know anything. It was just like a thought that occurred to me that maybe they're like, you know, figuring out what their mattes are gonna, you know, what their matte formula is gonna be or whatever. But I'm grateful that I would rather have a lot of really good shimmers until they come off with a matte formula that's like not like subpar. Cause you guys know me, I gotta be able to blend my mattes, dude. And quite frankly, I have a pretty high standard for mattes, as you guys know. Like, I don't fuck around when it comes to mattes. I just don't really enjoy palettes that don't have like a super blendable matte formula. And so like if there's like a so-so matte formula, I ain't into it. That's just not my gig. Okay, now I'm gonna use the Rephr 14, which is identical to the Wayne Goss number 19. And I'm going to, what am I gonna do? Oh no, I'm gonna go into Eternal. So I'm gonna use Eternal. That's gonna be this is gonna be a fucking showstopper right here. If this shadow blends, I'm gonna be super pleased. I'm gonna be fucking pleased about it. Now, I don't want to spend a ton of time, but this is a great opportunity for me to like I said, this video is not about the Ellis palette, but it just so happened to have all the colors, and it was like a palette that I normally feel like I can really trust Blend Bunny's formula. Now, in my experience with this particular palette, that's not the case. But generally, I mean, it's okay for a palette to have one crappy matte. Like, I'm totally okay with that. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at a brand because they have one fucking a shadow in a palette that's not like perfect. But so far so good. I'm really going in on this too, so I feel pretty excited about this palette because it hasn't even been teased. Like, I didn't even fucking know anything about it. I just like opened it up and I thought perhaps it was the Boohoo palette. Like, they messaged me, they DM'd me on Instagram like the other day. I'm not sure exactly what day, but they said something's headed your way. And I haven't seen or heard anything about shit. So I thought maybe it was the Boohoo palette, which I did order. So it's probably going to be really in the fucking distant future that I'm actually going to get it, but I don't really care, as we've had this conversation so many times. Okay, now I'm going to use, so here's the deal. I want to use two more colors. So I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell ME, something that I can't see. And I'm going to go into, let's do Vortex. Okay. That seemed to blend out pretty well. I kind of wasn't really expecting this palette. I didn't really know what was, you know, the deal when they messaged me. I haven't heard any kind of information about it. And so when I got it in the mail today, they literally just messaged me like, I don't even know when, but it wasn't very long ago, a couple days ago, maybe Friday, maybe yesterday, maybe Thursday, not sure, but I literally just got like a little message saying, hey, something's coming your way, and I was like, awesome, you know what I mean, sweet. I didn't say a lot about it because there really wasn't anything to say. I just said, sweet, you know, can't wait or something, you know. And I got it today. I swear to God, it had to have been like Thursday and today's Saturday, so they weren't fucking playing. It was like really on its way. And I worked today and I actually did quite a lot today. So I was pretty tired when I got off, but then I went and ran an errand and felt like pretty refreshed. Okay, and now I'm going to use my Voldemorphe JH, I don't know what this is, 33. It's like the Zoeva 227. And I'm going to go into Magnetic. Which is a kind of a half-ass, like, greeny yellow, which I'm all about that shit. It's a little bit pukey, like it's a putrid greeny yellow. Cute. I'll take it. Yeah, I really like that. And all of these are blending like a fucking dream. So, as I said, Blend Bunny's it was not my point to even talk about this palette, but I did think it would be a great opportunity for this palette to like get an opportunity at redemption with you guys. I know a lot of you guys were like, dude, I love that fucking palette. I have it. It's great. And I never doubted it. It just so happened that the first time I used it, it didn't feel great. Felt like I was kind of on the spot, you know, letting everybody down. Okay, now I'm just going to go back. I'm going to give it a little sandwich action here. I'm going to go back down the way I came. This is literally pretty much blending itself, so that's nice. And now I'm going into Eternal. So this seems like Eternal feels like it's kind of a little bit less pigmented, which is very similar to the Primal palette, the blue in the Primal palette, but I'm not mad about that, you know what I mean? They gotta do what they gotta do to make this shit work. That fucking looks really pretty. I mean, quite frankly, if this blue looked the way it did in the palette, your fucking mind would be blown, but I'm way too familiar with the fucking way that this color performs, and so I'd rather have it be less pigmented than patchy and shitty. I'll tell you one thing, you know, a long time ago when I got the Capricorn palette by Unearthly, and you know, Unearthly has gone through several changes since then, but when I got the Capricorn palette by Unearthly, I messaged her and I said, hey, how's this blue gonna perform? And she said, I don't know, you tell me. And so I used it kind of, you know, I applied scared. I was scared it wasn't gonna be good, and it was so good, and it was super pigmented. It's probably the best, like, royal blue. You know, her and I later on had a discussion because I was rating all my blurples. And she said, hey, Capricorn's got a blurple, and I don't quite feel like that color was quite blurple. It was like just a very, very blue. And maybe a little bit blurply, but it performed so well, like right off the bat. And this was like back in the day when, you know, people weren't really getting PR from Unearthly, you know what I mean? Nobody really knew about them. Like, I was kind of, you know, I mean, the only person I saw using them, there was maybe, there was one other person actually who was using them, but Leora, that's who it was. But that's probably the best, like, royal, like, bright blue, almost blurple that I've ever used. Was in the Capricorn palette. Because it just laid on and it blent so easy, and the look I created with it was fucking fire. I wish I had it right here so I could see if I was really talking shit. This color Eternal, the blue, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not giving me any shit, but it's not really like laying on and like just opening her legs for me either. Okay. This is gonna be a look, you guys. I'm just kind of going through and getting everything like blent to perfection here. I'm just gonna go in. I gotta be careful with that color magnetic because I don't want it to cover that. Yeah, I can love that. I can love it. Yeah, okay, my interest is re-peaked in this palette. I mean, obviously, there's so many fucking colors in this palette. You can't judge a palette of this fucking caliber by one color, but ain't nobody got time for a shitty fucking matte experience, period. You know what I mean? They just don't. Not even one. Not even one. Okay, I'm gonna go in really quickly and just do the lower lash line because I still don't know what I'm gonna do on the inner corner. Man, that looks fucking rad. I'll tell you what I hate is when people fucking honk at you in traffic. You know, the way to keep people from cutting you off is to just let them in. Everybody's trying to get somewhere, like, fucking let them in. Don't fucking honk at them because they got in. Assholes. I just got honked at for taking a perfectly respectable, bold move into a fucking space that was only my car length. But so fucking what? Let them in. I just let people in. I don't give a fuck. If you can get in, get in. Also, I don't mind letting people in. I let people in. I probably, people behind me sometimes get mad because I let so many people in, but I don't give a fuck. Not really in that big of a hurry ever, honestly. Even if I'm late, I don't care. I don't care about time or rules or any of that. What am I going to do with that inner corner, guys? Voltage or specimen? You know, I just feel like both of those like match too much. I want to put something in there that's crazy. Maybe, yeah, maybe pink. Yeah, I think I'm going to use voltage just because hopefully it's like as bright as it implies. Meaning I hope it looks much more yellow than magnetic does. Because ultimately if it just blends in, then it's just going to look like magnetic blend in with a blue. I'm going to wipe that brush off and I'm going to use that same brush that I was using in magnetic and I'm going to go into voltage, that bright ass yellow right there. We'll see what you got, bitch. Nope. Yeah, it's not that good. I think when I swatched this, I remember, that's a bummer. I think I remember like the comparison color that I compared it to was like the swatch on the other one in the other palette was way better. And it was probably the Primal palette because I can't think of what else it would have been. Boo. Okay. I mean, what am I going to do? Cry? Come on. Kind of seems like it, huh? God damn it, it's already fucking been 23 minutes. I haven't even started. But I really just wanted a perfect frame for these colors, you know what I mean? This yellow sucks. I'm sorry, I'm just in too much of a hurry to mince words. Now I really want to remember what the color was that I compared it to, because I remember the swatch of it being so much better. And also, okay, it doesn't suck, like, it's fine. It's just not like, definitely doesn't have voltage. It's not being impeccable with its word. And I'm like really fucking laying this shit on. It's okay. It's fine. I just needed it to be a little more than what it is. There we go. I'm good with that. So there's so many fucking badass colors in here. Yes, I do look like a parrot. I'm just going in with a blank, empty brush and just perfecting this. I'm scared to go into that yellow because I'm scared it's gonna all rub off. I was harsh by saying the yellow sucked. It's all right. It's clearly showing. I've used yellows that did not fucking show up, you know what I mean, that were much harder to build, that ended up being much more subtle, and I wasn't that harsh about it. It's okay. I just wanted it to be like fierce. I wanted it to blow this other color away, right? That's all. Just scraping the bottom of the barrel with my dirty fucking brushes. Probably get pink eye. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use this color, which actually has like a pink shift. And I'm gonna use this color, which is fucking just, and then I'm gonna use this color on the lower lash line, and I'm gonna use this color as my inner corner highlight. And it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be fucking pleased about it. Okay, now I'm using my Zoeva 232. I'm gonna go into that pinky, bluey, shifty motherfucker. And then I'm gonna go into that other like teal, turquoise, aquamarine color. Teal, turquoise, aquamarine. Easy for me to say. You know, these are actually like the kind of shimmers. I feel like what they are doing is they're like coming into a market of people who, you know, I mean, recently I've had people tell me they don't really care for the Notoriously Morbid shimmer formula. Now, I see exactly what they're talking about. The Notoriously Morbid shimmer formula is different than other shimmer formulas. And that's what I love about it. But I can see what people don't like about it. You know what I mean? I can see your point. So I think this like breaks into the market of those people that don't really care for it. Oh yeah. Quit it, you guys. Yeah, so anyways, if you're just like trying to bully me with your horn, you can actually fuck right off. I'm not gonna be bullied by a fucking horn. Come on. You think I'm scared? That's like being bullied by a fucking comment. If you want to bully me, pull over. I'm gonna use this, and this is probably gonna be a mistake. I'm going into this color right here. Cute. And then I'm gonna use this dirty old, my favorite, and I'm gonna go into this color right here, and I'm gonna use that for my inner corner highlight. And I'm gonna kind of, it's probably gonna end up really covering that pink, which I'm gonna want not to be covered when all is said and done. Oh yeah, that's fucking cute. Does that have orange in it? I think that's got like a little bit of a peachy. And I don't need to spray it. Okay, that's cute. All right, I'm just gonna pull this. This is a good time right here, you guys. Ooh, cute. Love it. I'm just using what's left over of that light green. I'm getting ready. I'm like ready for round 2, and I'm like, wait, I'm done. Done already? I'm gonna try to. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, now I'm going into that. I'm just like taking this with no additional product and kind of. Oh, you guys. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go do the other eye and finish the rest of my face. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I am like fucking feeling myself. And at first when I was doing my makeup, when I was doing the mattes, I felt like I kind of looked like a parrot, right? Like I mentioned. But like, I don't. I look really pretty. Like, I feel like this is like super wearable. I feel like it's like, if I just went out, it just looks like any other colorful look that I would wear. Super dimensional, totally great. Now, I want to tell you, okay, what did I do? I'm using Kiss lashes, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you one time because I'm gonna throw these away and then I'm not gonna remember. It's the matte black faux mink collection, but it's the matte twills. And these are kind of hard to find. They have a bunch of them, the matte silk, the matte or whatever. There's like a few different ones, but I don't like any of those, and I'm gonna tell you why. So when you're buying a less expensive lash, here's a trick. If the inside of the lash isn't short enough, it's gonna look weird. It looks weird to me anyway. When I see it on me, it looks like there's an abrupt, it just doesn't look that good. And so when you're looking for a less expensive lash, look for one that has a really short inner corner, because that's kind of what makes the difference between, like, if you look at lashes and you go to the grocery store and they're all like laid out, they're all like really long in the front, and for one, they're not comfortable when they're like that. They rub on your nose. It's fucking stupid. But they also look, I don't know, they just look a little cheap and fake. And I mean, they're supposed to look fake, but they're supposed to look good too, and I feel like that difference is what makes a lash look good. And so if you're looking for less expensive lashes and they don't have that short inner corner, don't fucking buy them, because you're not gonna like them. They're not gonna look good. So I mean, I don't like them, and honestly at this point I feel like I ain't that picky. If my, you know, I'm not, oh wait, am I not that picky? Maybe I just lied. I'm a liar in a fat mouth. Okay, now let's talk about some things. I used I used Trippin. It came with the mushroom collection from Notoriously Morbid. And I just like want to point out, like, I went to use the Glisten Cosmetics Shifty Atlas, and it just, I don't know, it's not opaque enough, and when you put it opaque enough, it starts to like bleed up into the fine lines. Now, I did get the ColourPop Multichrome in Power Trip, and I think that you could use this as a lip liner to keep this from bleeding out. So this matches perfectly to this color, so you could probably use that combination, which I did use this on to do my tight line just because it matched and I didn't think of it. But I used this NYX Vivid Rich. I tried, this is like, I'm trying the new NYX gel liner formula. It's not good. This is literally like 4 or 5 applications, and I did get a good, you know, I did get a good line on there, but it took a lot, and so fuck that, you know what I mean? There's just so many better ones out there that it's like the ColourPop ones, which I actually have them all coming to me. I'm so excited. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So I also used, I don't know if I forgot to tell you guys that I used the Alchemy blush in the incandescent blush palette by by Unearthly, and I also used the, it's like something to do with spring, I'm Sprung, the green liquid light highlighter by Unearthly Cosmetics. Dude, I am all getting to be all about that fucking liquid highlighter life. It's just got such a, I know it's green, but like it's got such a like realistic finish. It's just like, and it just blends so fucking perfectly. You have to use your fingers. I don't know what other people are doing, but I have to use my fingers. And once I figured that out and figured out the exact amount to use, it's like, oh my God, look at my nose. It's fucking cute. So anyways, I feel like this has so much, I don't know. I just love the color story. I love the shadows. I'll show you, I don't love this one. It's just kind of plain. I mean, actually, that's a decent, like, satin. It's got a decent finish. Yeah, it's not bad if you wanted to do just a smoky eye or whatever, but obviously, like, when do I ever fucking do that? I did one last time. So the smoky eye that I did with the last Notoriously Morbid palette was, like, blue and purple. That's about as low-key as I get. So this color is pretty low key for me, but the rest of them are super fucking shifty, totally sparkly, just beautiful. I mean, and the colors are like, you guys know, I love that shit. So anyways, you guys, if you guys haven't tried Spellcaster Beauty or whatever it is, Spellcast Beauty, I think the time is now. Like I said, I think that what they're kind of doing is they're kind of they're casting a wider net. And so for those of you who kind of may or may not love Notoriously Morbid, now I know that most of the people that watch my channel enjoy Notoriously Morbid. They don't enjoy Notoriously Morbid wait times, but we all have decided that if we want Notoriously Morbid, we're willing to wait, we're willing to be patient because we fucking love them, right? So like, I just feel like this casts a wider net, and honestly, I feel like their shimmers are fucking killing it. killing it. I can't wait to see what their mattes turn out like. So if you guys are interested in this, I'm sure you can use my code LOST15 to save some money, 15%. And I haven't even heard of this palette, so I'm gonna kind of talk about that at the beginning. And anyways, I didn't even know, like nobody knows about this. They haven't said shit about it. So I just got it in the mail and wanted to get like something out because I was like, what the fuck? They just like sent this to me. Nobody even knows about it. I was shocked and amazed when I opened it up and I saw this cover and I was like, oh fuck, what is this? And it's this. It's just so great. Let's see what. Ooh, look at that. You guys can see that shift. You can't see it on my eye because I used it just a little tiny bit, but it's like, ooh, it's like that greeny golden to purple lilac-y. Ooh, these are fucking good. Okay, so anyways, that's all there is. There is no more. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm. And hang out with me in the comments. Because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you're like, oh my god, she's so pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much on Instagram. And if you're like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel? Then go check out my Patreon because I fucking tell you guys every motherfucking thing on Patreon. In fact, I say too much on my Patreon. So, thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere. I literally forgot my own outro. Jesus, it's so fucking verbose. It's like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later.